from my perspective, I come from a home where I actually have like 7 older sisters. So, and most of them right now are married, working and stuff. And let's say back in Nigeria, we have like a really cool big family such that at our home, you would always see kids around because people go to work and leave their kids. I think it sort of balance out. You probably won't compare how successful such women are with their kid with those who stay with their kids 100% of times. But compared to how successful people are with handling kids in developed country like over here, you would say it is like considerably successful, right? So yeah, I think those having like this sort of societal way of managing families would help.
Yeah.
The traditional balance, which you mentioned at the start, of where one partner is the provider, the other partner is the nurturer, has to be maintained. Given what UC said in terms of nowadays, the total household income cannot just survive the cost of living crisis, if you can say that. So both partners need to go out and work. Isn't it better that you just marry a third wife who will do the...
A third?
Yeah.
No, a second.
No, as in a second, yeah, as in a third
like
partner.
A third person.
A third person. Because someone has to do the traditional roles. So if both of you are doing the provider role, marry someone else that will do the traditional role, and you solve everybody's problems.
But what happens if that third person is also ambitious?
What?
Right?
How can everybody be?
But you forget that you pick people, right?
Yeah.
So people generally have a spec, right?
Yeah, so
you're not going to go
someone that's
pick.
not ambitious.
You go pick someone you have no attraction to whatsoever,
Just to be traditional.
just to be maintain a traditional household, and then you forget that your cost of living also rises with an additional person in the household.
No, but they are fulfilling the nurture. Actually, if you have someone within your network performing the nurturer role, it actually saves you money than outsourcing it to a stranger. If it's a grandmother, sister, or someone. Yeah. So having a second wife or a third person in a relationship is definitely cheaper than outsourcing it.
I studied polygamy for my PhD. It's not that simple because there's also the competition hypothesis. So that person comes in and starts competing.
Competing with who? Competing,
like you are just competing because remember, resources at any given point in time is finite, right? So I'm doing the nurturing role. I'm going to want to play the card where I need more, right? And the person, the other woman in this setting or man, whatever the scenario may be, will feel. Well, let's not go into that conversation for today. Will feel that they are the ones bringing in the income, so they should get more. And then when kids start coming, right, that person is the person going to handle the other woman's children as well as her own child. We are human beings. Let's never forget that. So that's why, like I said, in such situations, it's better if there's no competition, right? For example, if you are bringing in maybe your sister or your brother, that's why you see sometimes people, when they are migrating, they try to get their families also to migrate and try to build this communal setting, live together, and can share those responsibilities. But if you go bring in somebody with the expectation that that person is going to have her own kids, right? She wants her kids to be better. They're not twins. Even twins wouldn't act perfectly together all the time.
Wants her kids to be better than
her co-wife's kids.
But she's not in competition. She's the wife of the co-wife. Like the co-wife is a provider, so she's her wife. So
I don't think.
Except she's not going to have. Except she's not going. But she's not going to have kids for the co-wife.
No, it's kids for the family. Kids.
I think you're looking at it from a dream-like perspective. You know, they used to do that in the Igbo culture.
Yes, that's
where
what
they
saying.
have,
I'm bringing it.
where a woman is infertile, then she goes to marry another woman, and everybody knows.
The woman goes to marry.
Yes, and everybody knows that this is her wife, right? But with the way a lot of men are selfish these days, it's not going to happen in that way. They go marry the woman so that they bypass the first one and go straight.
I strangely feel like it's a good idea, though.